Finnish bank have come out to say nothing of such happen. No kind of big transaction happen. What do you take as regards?
Glory, glory, Lord. I give you glory, Lord. Glory, glory, Lord. You are a mighty God. Hey, see, Nigerian yashi don dey open small small. Onye akpara nwa agụ aka n'ọdụ ma ọ dị ndụ ma ọ nwụrụ anwụ. Onye akpara nwa agụ aka n'ọdụ. Listen and listen very carefully. Remember, humble self, one and the only Biafran evangelist. The Finnish government bank has finally said to Nigeria, your passport is illegal. It is no longer validated or valuable as long as Finnish government is concerned. The Finnish bank have rejected Nigerian passports. Then that means the Finnish government, because I don't think there is anything that the bank will be doing without the concept of the government or without the approval of the government. I don't know, or without the procedures of the constitutional or the guide and rule of the government. So definitely the Finnish government is part of it. I don't know if you're getting it. So if a Finnish bank could boldly say or reject Nigerian passport and regard it as illegal means or way, that means Simon Ekpa has been vindicated. Simon Ekpa is a free man. Simon Ekpa is a man of justice. But Nigeria believe they can use oil that is in my father's land to bribe every country. And which I believe is one of the reasons why Finnish government is playing the game that they are playing. They're playing the card that they are playing. The card that Nigerian government have thrown to them. Because that card is no other card than the oil. Collect oil, hold this man. Collect oil, hold this thing. Collect oil and do this. And to them, Finnish government needed an oil. You know, oil, crude oil is something that is very, very crucial and important in the economy of any nation. You understand? So they are busy collecting oil and they are busy, you know, laughing and mocking Nigeria at the back. That is what it means. Yes. No smoke without fire. You cannot tell me that that bank will react like that without the concept of the government or without the law that guides the country. So, and this thing is a plus now, a huge plus to USB, United States of Biafra. It is a huge plus again to Mazen Simon Ekpa. It is another huge loss to Federal Republic of Nigeria. Because they are losing the case and they will lose the case and they will lose oil. Double wahala for the dead body and the owner of the dead body.
Okay, so you feel that Finland are trying to outsmart Nigeria
of course.
Or play pranks with Nigeria?
Of course, that is what it is. If you can hold this man, okay, we will hold him, give us oil, we collect oil. If you can charge this man, which allegation, bring it, okay, you are bringing it. Now, good and fine, we have validated. You see, your passport is no longer relevant, it's no longer useful, it's no longer valid by the bank. Is the bank acting in absence of the law?
Does it mean that does it mean that the Nigeria, we know that doesn't mean that the Nigeria government you know, they tell the bank here in Nigeria to, you know, or the Zenith Bank. I know CBN are the one that regulates, you know, these banks, CBN. But do you think that the other comes from the? Do you think that okay?
See, my brother, who is CBN? Who owns CBN? Now, Nigerian government. We are talking about. You are talking about Nigeria. I am telling you about foreign bank, international bank. This is not Nigerian bank that somebody like will just sit in Aso Rock and issue order, like the way Buhari was busy issuing order to Emefiele. Emefiele was busy doing as a like. Do you understand? It's not like that. You cannot issue. Let me tell you something you don't know. Do you know that if there is any violence that rises now in this country, if you run to any embassy of this country, any embassy of any country that is in Nigeria now, nobody have right to enter there and touch you. Haven't you heard that? According to the law, international law, not Nigerian law, international law, they have made it officially and clearly that you dare not, and it is documented. So that place, embassy, has become one of the safety place, the safest place in times of crisis. Do you know that? But in Nigeria. So I want to tell you, that you have CBN doesn't mean that their bank will not act according to the law of their own country. So there is a limitation at which CBN can, talk or act regard to that international bank of the Finnish land. Their actions is limited. I don't know whether CBN, Central Bank of Nigeria, their actions is limited when it comes to international banks or being located or connected with them. They are seriously being limited. So, as you can see, I'm talking to you with every valid fact which you can verify. Which, as I repeat, you can verify. So, the Finnish bank is telling you the reality that is on the ground, which many Nigerians, including those that claim to be in corridor of power, did not know. And ever since they have done this to Nigerian passport and Nigerian passport holders, do you see any president or your government, rising against it? Do you see them say anything or do anything concerning that? Because they know there are conditions, rules and regulations. There are times and conditions attached to this. And those people are acting based now on that times and conditions attached to what is there. See, not everybody will welcome Nigeria. Not to talk of welcoming Nigerians. Look at what happened to Gumi. Is that place Nigeria? Is that place a Christian nation? But look at what happened. The way they turned him down. A whole Saudi, a whole Islamic nation turned their brother. Now, that is to tell you the level they regard Nigeria and how they are seeing Nigeria. Sure, you understand? You see, the level they are seeing Nigeria, they are not seeing Nigeria as a nation. Because any nation that need regard, that want to be respected and be honored, must be transparency to some extent. And the fundamental human rights must be respected and honored in your land. That is number one priority of a good nation. Especially the fundamental rights of your citizen, you must respect it. Did the Nigerians respect their citizen? Did you value the life of your citizen? All these things are playing against Nigeria because international are watching. How do you treat? How do you handle issues in your country? It is only in Nigeria here that we tell you, even when they have not finished, counting vote, they will tell you, say, go to court. And by the time that you go to court, the same government are the one that are in the court that will rule the case, that will judge the case, that will handle the case. Have you ever seen president to lose in the court? Can't you see? Take a look at what happened in 2023 election. Obi say, let's go to court. They just play him like a child. At the end of the day, they use article to judge Obi and case is closed. They did not even attend to the matter of Obi. They don't send a message. So Nigerian government, any government that comes, is the one that controls INEC. Is the government of INEC that rule INEC, decide for INEC, and dictate for INEC. INEC is submissive to that government. Likewise, the judiciary. The judiciary submit, report, and give every audience to the government. CBN, Central Bank of Nigeria, they are under control, influence, decide, and dictate by the government that is in power. They don't have independence of their own. That is the point I'm making. And the international bodies are watching all these things. And you say you have a good country. No, 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 no. All these things are being put in a scale. They are being scaled. And by the time they finish scaling it, they will come back and tell you and show you where you belong, the class you belong. You are still coming up. You don't know what you are doing. And you that don't know what you are doing, you are placing yourself in the level of those that have gone far, that know what they are doing. As I'm speaking to you in Europe, Finnish land is one of the most fast-growing nations in Europe. Currently, as I speak to you, just as Burkina Faso is in African continent, is the fastest developing nation currently now, advancing nation now in Africa. You understand? So all these things are need to be put in place until Nigeria realize this and begin to work. But let me tell you, I am not speaking for Nigeria, I am speaking for Biafra. And that is what concerns me, because Nigeria have accepted their fate to become a terrorist nation. Yes, they have decided to become a terrorist nation. They have admitted their government to become a government of money laundering. They have decided to see their country and their government to run a government of corruption, criminals, even to the point of forming a particular political party. They call it a political party whereby you still finish, you come and join, your sins will be forgiven. Oshomola said it, join APC, your sins will be forgiven. That is why you see all the governors in Nigeria today are running to APC because of what? The money where they don't thief. All the money where they don't steal. The money they have stolen from Nigerians. They pocket it and they join APC so that EFCC will not come after them. Because if you refuse to comply, they will send EFCC after you. And who are the people that control EFCC? Government. Especially when the president is APC and you are PDP. Who control EFCC? Now president. Did the EFCC have the independence of their own? No. Who dictates for them? President. Who decide for them? President. Who tell them what to do? President. Who give them directives? President. Anything Mr. President says is what they do. They don't have independence of their own. See, these are the problem that is facing Nigeria, and that is a huge challenge to Nigeria before the international bodies. So you can see why I said, and that is why international bodies doesn't regard Nigeria as a nation. They don't respect Nigeria. They don't respect Nigeria. And that is why anything that, because of corruption, look at China now. How did they take Nigeria? See South Africa during the time of, that was 8 years or 10 years ago. See the way they are of 100 Nigerians in South Africa. When we have President Bola Ahmed, Muhammadu Buhari, we have him. You see the way, see, South Africa of yesterday, South Africa of yesterday, deporting Nigeria, killing Nigerians, maltreating them, and your government could not do anything, because before you stand up to say, hey, you first of all look back, your home. How do you treat your indigenous, your people, your citizens? How do you treat them? How do you respect them? How do you value them? Before you begin to tell other nations, don't touch my citizens. If you want to talk, oh yeah, go to your country now. Imagine Ghana could remember, was it not in the 80s to 90s, they say Ghana must go. Is that not so? Ghana must go. But today it is Nigeria must go. It has become Nigeria must leave Ghana. What a shame to Nigeria. What a shame to this country. What a public disgrace and open shame. So, my brother, this country have not spoiled, but it has rotten. Nigeria is a rotten nation. Because the leaders have rotten everything in Nigeria. And they have turned Nigeria as a rotten and rotten nation. So, one man say, If you can come and collect only by your salary without stealing, that many Nigerian leader politicians will not be fighting to rule, and which is true. If not for that stealing, they will not be fighting to be governor, chairman, senators, president, and what have you. But because of that stealing, Oshi and Ezu, all ihe mere eji efo ha, a na-amachari ka ha bụrụ gọvanọ, ka ha bụrụ senator, ka ha bụrụ nka, ka ha bụrụ nke ọzọ. How much is their salary, please? And how much is supposed to be their salary? Do you know in Nigeria, do you know how much American presidency is collecting? American president, do you know how much he's collecting? Then do you know how much your local government chairman is collecting in Nigeria? As I speak to you, my brother, go and check it. There is one president, the president of Argentina. President of Argentina, if they show you his house, former president of Argentina, if they show you his house, you go run. The former prime minister of England, if they show you his house, in fact, the man used to join others to struggle for trade. But to ordinary, not even local government, councillor, ordinary head of Agboro, tout in Lagos is flying with a private jet. Then what do you expect from the governors? FCT minister, look at his plane. God will just show him mercy. He would have crashed and crashed his life and pieces it to nothing. God just show him mercy. How many American governors have private jets? I am asking you, how many? If not for thief, where they Nigeria, where they their eyes, and then they cover them. Come, thief, come, APC, your sins are forgiven. You will not be checkmated. Then for how long shall they continue to root our resources, root our money, and keep Nigeria in a impoverished state? Not that God have not blessed this country with plenty and better resources, but we have very dark hearts leaders, people as leaders in the corridor of power. But this time around, the world will expose Nigeria and expose them to the fullness, because they have actually touched the lion's tail. And who are these lions' tail? The Bible says, touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm. Touching IPOB is touching the generation of God. Touching Biafrans is touching the choosing generation of God. Touching Simon Ekpa is touching the anointed man of God. Touching Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is touching the God's general.
International airport, no seaway, no railway. See, all those things must be done. If all those things is done, we know that now we are one Nigeria. Because if all those things are not in place, how did you call us one Nigeria? See, the suffering is getting out of hand. So,
but one of them was that the Enugu airport should be upgraded. You know, they should give them support. There should be a railway, and at the same time, improve the general infrastructure in the southeast. But the government didn't do this. But what's your take as them, you know, allegedly agreeing to settle out of court?
see, God bless. When you say settle out of court between the federal government and Nnamdi Kanu, because Nnamdi Kanu, his only standing is that his people must be free. His people must have that freedom. That is the articulation of People's Republic of Biafra. You understand? So when you say, if you say you want to bargain with him, that bargain, he have some agenda that he gives the federal government to. If they can do it, see, there will be a peaceful atmosphere for both of them to live. One is upgrading of the Enugu International Airport. You see, you can't just be in Nigeria. You are in Nigeria. You have Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo. Hausa have the international airport. They go flow. Not majority of Hausa that come to Murtala Mohammed to go outside the country. See, okay, what about Yoruba? They have their airport. What about the Igbos? How long will be before how many hours down here You bring something from outside country, you have now your container will not have to land in Lagos State before you now transport it from here to east. Don't you see the suffering is getting out of hand? The transportation, everything is now high. You flow from your. What about the rainy way? See, let us be frank with ourselves. All those things they just package it along themselves because they know that if all those things supposed to be done, there will be freedom for all of us. There will be free environment for us to live. But now you now subside that we in the southeast must be punished on what? No international airport, no seaway, no railway. See, all those things must be done. If all those things is done, we know that now we are one Nigeria. Because if all those things are not in place, how did you call us one Nigeria? See, the suffering is getting out of hand. So we must have that equality as equal right of justice as we are, the three of us, Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo. Because now you're not taking the reality out of them. How will they survive? How can you survive? It's not possible. You not run down to Lagos before you take flight to international, to another country, which is outside country, and we say we have airports. The whole airport just within Nigeria, domestically, what are internationally? So what's the reason with that? See, let us be realistic and do the needful. The needful will make Nigeria a peaceful environment. But what we are seeing, they are not assured. It's like they have skeleton under their couple, which they are afraid of. Let there be international seaport. That one is number one because Igbo are the highest. They are the economy of Nigeria. Everything that is come to this country now, 95% now they import and come. So why would they bring it here and there before now another transport to go back to their place? It's impossible. It's not a welcome development. See, let us be frank with ourselves. The federal government should say, okay, now, young man, let us settle out of court, with all those agenda must be maintained and must be signed and must see the outcome of it. Then we will say, okay, now we are one. But now, what we are seeing now, we are not one. We are not one, and it's realistic. We are not one. When you don't have international airport, you don't have seaport, you don't have railway. What is make you a nation as a one? We are not one. Only Fulani, only Yoruba, they enjoy everything. They enjoy everything. But we that the struggle, we the backyard of our house, and the oil everything they come outside. But they use it. They use it to intimidate us. They use it to furnish their own environment. They use it to eat everything. They swallow everything. Why not let everything share equally? That's why we are fighting. That's why we now the country say we must go. If people must not be in this type of bondage forevermore. You understand? If there's a bargain outside the court, let it be necessary that everybody will benefit, and that one will be welcome development. But I can't. What I'm saying, can they do it? How long? How many years ago? Can they do it? If they can do it, it's a possibility. But in their own side of it, I don't believe. I don't believe it because they are afraid. Because they're supposed to drill that Calabar River. See, it's wider than this Lagos State now. But they just abandon it for their own selfish interest. It's dirty out of hand. It's wickedness. Let them do the needful, and everybody will be okay. But now, the needful is not there.
Okay, but Olua, they said before this settlement out of court can take place, that Nnamdi Kanu must drop agitation. Do you think that Nnamdi Kanu wants to drop agitation?
That agitation is not easy to drop because Nigeria government it's a long time they have punished the Southeast people. See, that the agitation did not start from Kanu. It started from Ojukwu. After Ojukwu, was breaking. After Rap was breaking, now Kanu. See, how will you say he should drop it? Before he should drop it, there must be necessary arrangement that the people, not only him, will have to dialogue with the people at home. Okay, if what we are saying, what we want us to do, if it's really good for all of us generality, there will be acceptance there. But now, it's not relevant to drop that agitation because many have gone for it. Many have sacrificed their life for it. So I don't see any light in that dropping that agitation, except they really came to their knee and apologized. To the Biafra Republic.
But no, for Nnamdi Kanu to gain his freedom, and if the government really give him this, if government give him this opportunity, no, I'll not call it opportunity. If government, ask him among one of the, things among one of the things that he needs to do for him to get his freedom, and they ask him to, to drop attention. Do you not think he will? Because you're saying the government will beg him.
You see, the government is in the position of letting him go and apologizing for him because you see, the right thing. The government know they do illegality for kidnapping is somebody, a human being fighting for the freedom of his people. Right from Kenya, all the way from Kenya, bringing him down here, putting him in DSS custody for the how long? Almost how many years ago?
Yeah, because what I'm saying
now,
is
now,
yes.
so it's an injustice to the part of the government. It's an injustice, and the international community know that it's against the rules and the fundamental human right of any citizen. Anywhere you are, it's illegal. So they have to tender apologies.
Because the Jonah is saying they said Nnamdi Kanu should be the one to apologize. Not
how will he apologize when they do the wrong thing to him? If they are the one to apologize to him, and it's not possible for say you offend me, you say I should tell you sorry. They don't want to tell me sorry. When you are expecting me to tell you sorry, now you have some things inside your hiding agenda that you are afraid of. Say sorry, make things possible. But when you say you don't want sorry, then there will be violence. That's why we are still experiencing violence. Because they are afraid you wrong, you say you don't want person you wrong to say apologize, you want the person to say apologize to you. It's not a language that a kid will understand, but it's the federal government, they are wrong, totally wrong. Right from Ojukwu time to today, it's getting out of hand. They have to let the truth be done and do the reality. Because one day, I keep on telling you, one day, I don't think all those stories we are saying outside the court, everywhere will burst and everybody will go. And everybody must go.
okay, but they say she drop his 50 billion, suits that he filed against the federal government for kidnapping him from Kenya. We've seen the Supreme Court, ask Nigeria to pay him 50 billion for, kidnapping him from Kenya. But do you think that the Nigerian government want to do this? And at the same time,
okay, they can see when the court. What is the meaning of court? The court on the land is the last voice of the masses, the last voice of the common man, the last voice for everybody. Will everybody obey the law? When you don't obey the justice of the land, that means it's a dictatorship rolling us. You understand? Okay, 50 billion compensation. You do it. If you can't do it, okay, I will pay half of it, but let peace reign. I will, okay, all those your agenda is okay. You need this, you need it, you need it. We will look into it and we will do it. And your people will be okay. Everybody will be okay. You see, we will stop the agitation or any whatsoever because we are not part of it. That's why we are saying we must go. But it's a situation whereby everything will not be equal right. We will not see that things have changed. There's a room of dropping it. But now I don't believe. Don't believe because the federal government is not truthful enough of what is really happening because they know the truth and they don't want to do it. Can you imagine? They don't want to do it because they are afraid. I don't know what they are afraid of. Why don't they give us sea port, give us railway, and give us international airport and let us what we are bringing in here, let us go direct to our home, direct to that place, and there will be shortage of expensive. It's getting out of hand. I don't know how much they play one container now, about 20-something million. Okay, how much you will see? At the end of the day, who will suffer it? You see, let us be frank with ourselves. Igbo must be respected in this country. They sacrifice enough more than any region. And they make things that Nigeria is enduring is from their house, is from their backyard. Why are they giving us so much problem? We are tired of this situation.
okay, and the last two what was and that they said what Nnamdi Kanu must guarantee not running away from Nigeria. His house was invaded in 2017 when the army came to his house and killed about 28 people. Thereby causing his parents to die. At the same time, they said he must not run, but Nnamdi Kanu said he didn't run. He didn't jump bail. That was when the army came to kill him. That was when he escaped. Yeah. Do you think they released him now? Do you think he want to run? And they said they might seize his passport.
See, when you release him now, it's a different category with that time and now. That time, you can't say you invaded somebody's house. No human being on earth will wait for assassinating of him and his family, and he will be wait. You have to find one way or the other to go. You say he who run away must surely fight another day. You understand? So that is an adjective. See, now I don't believe there is a situation whereby running will involve in this stuff. It's what we are discovering now. Running can never come because there is time for everything. It is too far for running. That one don't pass.